What's up, everybody? Big Friendly with Gen X Memories, back with another retro gaming video for you. And in today's video, we're going to be going over the 1982 Atari 2600 game called Riddle of the Sphinx. And it's a game that is very often misunderstood, and a lot of people didn't like it, but you have to read the instructions or you're not going to have a clue what the heck you're doing. So let's get into the basics of the game. We'll play it. I'll try to show you how everything works, and then we'll go on from there. Let's go! Okay, in case you haven't played Riddle of the Sphinx in 4 decades or longer, or maybe you never played it, or you just never really understood it, I'll kind of hit the high notes for you before we start so you'll know what's going on. Now, you're the prince, and throughout the playfield, you have obstacles like camels, palm trees, and obelisk. You can take cover and hide behind those to avoid enemies, and the thieves can't hit you with rocks. Now, you can throw rocks at the scorpions and the thieves. Now, your character will get thirsty as you go. I don't think you can die from thirst, but the thirstier he gets, the slower he moves, and it can be a real pain in the butt. Now, there are oases, throughout the game you can drink at, which will take your thirst back down to 0, and you'll move at regular speed again. Each time you get hit by a rock or stung by a scorpion, you take on wound points. If you get up to 9 wound points, you die. On the default level with difficulty in B, it's pretty hard to do. I mean, it's hard to die. Now, if you were to flip that difficulty switch to A, that's a different story. Trust me. Now, you have the thieves. They will throw rocks at you. If they touch you, they'll also steal your stuff, your treasures and inventory. Scorpions, they just move back and forth. They're not, just don't touch them. You can shoot them and get points. You get points for shooting the thieves and scorpions, so you want to do that so you can get a higher score. The nomad traders are these guys that wear red underwear like yours. You touch them, they'll give you stuff. Occasionally, they will steal from you. There are 2 deities in the game: Isis, goddess of fertility and motherhood, and the evil god Anubis. Now, when you see Isis, you basically touch her feet. You're kissing her feet. She'll quench your thirst, heal your wounds, and sometimes she'll even give you some kind of treasure. So always, try to touch her feet. Even if she doesn't give you anything, she'll quench your thirst, which is great. This guy, you can't shoot him. I say shoot. You can't kill him with your rocks you throw. In fact, it will take points from you, so just avoid him. Don't touch him. Stay away from him. Now, you start the game with this shield. It will allow you to take a few hits from rocks without causing any damage. After you take a few hits, the shield just disappears. This staff, I don't know what it's for. I'll get it, and if anybody knows what it's for, maybe it's used in a harder variation, but I don't know what it's for, what it does. The jug of water, something you'll pick up from the nomad traders. You can use it to quench your thirst. Tennis leaf, that will take care of wounds you have. The spade is pretty important. You can dig in the desert and you can find stuff, often cool stuff, that will help you out in your quest. Okay, treasures. The disc of Ra heals wounds. Now, these 4 items here, they never get consumed. They can be stolen from you, but they can never be consumed, and they can help you. Disc of Ra heals wounds. The goblet quenches thirst. The necklace makes you where you can't take any damage from rocks or scorpions. Don't touch the thieves, though. They'll still steal from you. Now, the scepter is probably my favorite item in the whole game. It makes you move really fast. It just makes everything so much easier. Even if you're thirsty or wounded, it doesn't affect you. You can move really fast. So that's, like I say, probably my favorite item. Now, these treasures down here, the scroll, the crown, the anka, the key, and the 3 tablets, these are the things that you'll need to collect in order to appease these temples, so you can get points and often also get treasure from them to move on in the game. You basically have 5 different structures here that you're going to be visiting throughout the game, and each one of these things corresponds to one of these buildings. You have to give the right one. If you don't, you lose points. Basically, each one of these things right here kind of gives you a clue. I'll show you when we start playing. Finally, you get the Temple of Ra. When you get there, you just basically go up and touch it and dump all of your remaining treasure. It gives you points for each thing it takes, and the game will be over. Now, I've noticed that if there's a thief or scorpion nearby, kill them off. If you're giving your donation and you have to dodge or move because a thief is coming, it screws everything up, and often you'll have to go back down and start all over again. So clearing enemies away. There are some harder variations, like you have to make more offerings at each temple or pyramid. So the game can be a lot harder. But I'm telling you, if you put it on difficulty A, the enemies move like twice as fast, and whenever you're at 100%, it's not a problem. But if you start getting thirsty, you can die. It's not hard to do. Okay, now we've got that out of the way. I've got a cat sitting on me. You got to get down, buddy, because I got to play. Let me get a swig of drink. All right, let's go ahead and fire this bad boy up. Okay, now the double zeros is your score. You see, you start off with your little shield there. It protects you from rocks, a few of them, before it disappears. Now, this game, if you're playing on a regular Atari, it uses 2 joysticks, kind of like the Raiders of the Lost Ark. Remember how that one worked? Same thing. Now, also you use the switches on the console, like the color mode switch. If you put it into black and white mode, you see it changes. Now it has O2 and there's a 0. The 0 is your wounds. The O2, now it's O3, that is your thirst. The higher that number goes, the slower your prince moves. It's just one of the things you got to deal with in the game. There's another way you can do this. If you write difficulty A, hold on, I screwed that up. If you go black and white mode, okay, see, it has your time there. Now, I don't know, it says in the instructions you want to finish as fast as possible. I don't know if there's any benefit to that at all or not. Obviously, if you're wanting to get the best score in the lowest time, in the good old days where everybody tried to get high scores and, playing Activision type games, you wanted to get patches, you know how it was. But I don't know if it has any effect on your total score finishing faster. I really don't. I like to leave it on the mode that shows my thirst. Let's see. There. I like to leave it on that one. And then when I get to the end and I do my present my items at the Temple of Ra, then I might switch it over to the score. Okay, since I'm already dying of thirst here, not dying, but getting thirsty, let's reset. Okay, now you have to be careful when you go backwards. Now, there's a thief. See him throwing the rocks at you. You can throw rocks back, knock them off. There's an oasis down here, and if you touch it, this is kind of a secret because nobody goes backwards at the beginning of the game. Okay, there's the staff. Now, I don't know what it's for. I have no idea. So if anybody knows, let me know in the comments. Maybe it's used on a higher variation of the game or something. I don't know. Now, there's a trader. You can't shoot them or you lose points. Okay, he gave me a Tannis leaf. That's that leaf that will heal your wounds. Okay, he gave me a scroll, which is one of the items I will need to use. Okay, he gave me a spade. Cool. There's a never-ending line of these guys coming down, so you don't have to touch them all. In fact, they'll steal from you. Okay, now I don't have, that is a pyramid. You will see several of those as you go. It's not like you have to come all the way back down if you don't have what you need to donate it or give to it. Let's go ahead and use that spade. You hold down the button on the other controller if you're playing. Okay. Ooh, I got the scepter. Remember that thing I told you about over here? See how fast my guy's going? Even if I'm thirsty, I can fly. Now, don't touch the pyramid if you don't have what you need to give to it. If you just, for fun, you just want me to show you. It says pyramids, rare gifts await he who unlocks the age-old mystery of the pyramids. And from playing, I already know what I need is the regular key unlock. And it's kind of, it kind of gives you little clues in there. Okay, so let's keep going. See, when I have this thing, I almost don't even want to touch the traders because I'm afraid they'll steal it from me. Especially when I'm thirsty, because I'm going to be, you see my thirst is all the way to 19, I'll be crawling. Okay, there's an oasis, so, okay, cool. Okay, there's the Phoenix. Oh, we know who that is. That's the Isis princess. You always want to touch her, kiss her feet. Ooh, okay, that necklace will make you invincible. You see, I can have it as long as I'm wearing it. These guys cannot hurt me. See, the injuries don't go up. Let's see if I put it back on this. See, went to 1. Okay. Alright. Now, let's go back to the book. What does it say here? The Firebird, newly risen from its ancient ashes, can provide you with a key to the riddle you seek to solve. You will know what gift to offer if you unroll, and read the writing on your heart. So it's kind of a dead giveaway that it's a scroll. So we've got the scroll. Just put it over on the scroll. And I'm getting hit. Okay, cool. And now I've got that key, and that's what I need for the pyramid. Let's go ahead and put this thing back on that so I can haul ass. You can really do some damage on these yahoos too. Oasis. Go ahead and... Okay, she gave me a crown. Now, the crown is one of those special treasures. Die! Okay, there's Anubis. Avoid him like the plague. I'm gonna risk it. Hey, got a spade. Let's go ahead and dig. Oh, alright. That was easy. Okay, let's clear us yahoos out. Okay, now, gentle Isis, goddess of all that is good. Her temple in the desert is as a precious jewel in Egypt's crown. Offer her a gift worthy of an empress, a crown, which we have in our inventory. So, let's go ahead and select the crown, and let's... Boom! Okay, we got it. Oops, wasn't paying attention, lost some points for killing a traitor. Okay, there's the pyramid, and now we have the key, so let's go ahead and go on up. Yeah! Okay, we got one of the 3 tablets that we need. Oops, dadgummit. Pick off these jack legs. Okay. Alright, let's go back to the book. Temple of Anubis. Temple like a tomb, vaulted home of death. You have found its key in the circle that does not end. The sign of life's eternal rebirth. The circle that does not end. Let's see. We know that that's a circle, but that goes to the pyramid. The Anka has a circle, so. And we have the Anka. It's down at the bottom of our inventory. Let's kill these guys so they're not being a nuisance to us. Okay, now. Yay! Cool. Okay. And here comes our sweetheart again. Let's go ahead and see if we can get something out of her. Hey! Now, you could always go back. I mean, that same place is right behind us. So, in this case, I'm going to go ahead and drop back down and get some more points. Okay. Now, obviously, at the end of the game, whenever you get to the Temple of Ra, it takes most of your stuff. So I don't know. It may not be good to even do that. Maybe you should just hang on to as much as you can, so you get lots of points. Because for each item you donate to the Temple of Ra, you get points. Not much sound in the game. I mean, it kind of, you know, you think about like how Adventure was, one of the favorite quest games on the 2600. Same thing. Of course, on Adventure, you could go in any direction. On this game, you can only go north or south. But it's still a cool game. Oof. Hey, all right. Okay, there's another pyramid. Let's go ahead and. Oh, all right. We got another one of those tablets. I'm telling you got to have this scepter. I haven't even gotten the goblet yet, which can quench your thirst, but it doesn't matter. I mean, if you got this, you don't need it anyway. You can't die of thirst. All right. Hey. She's not giving us anything else. Hey, all right, she gave us the Disc of Ra. That's the thing that heals your wounds. Okay. This is where you donate the inscrutable marble. Find the offering it seeks, and you will have solved its riddle. A bird can fly over, a scarab crawl past, or a lion stalk by. Son of Egypt, turn to these. It is written as on stone. Okay. All right. So let's. You never know which one it's going to be. Let's just try the first one with the bird. Hey, the first one worked out. Now, if you were to try the other one, you'll see it doesn't work. In fact, I probably got docked a few points for even doing that. Okay, and there's the Temple of Ra. Okay, there'll always be some enemies trying to make trouble for you, so clear them out before you hand over all your goodies. Okay. I doubt she's going to give anything, but why not wait? You never know, we might get lucky. Come here, sweetheart. Nope. All right, here we go. I do like to okay, my score is 59-20. Boom, game over. I ended up with 10,120 points, and it took me 10 minutes and 10 seconds to finish the game. That's it. Pretty cool game though. Very deep for when it came out on the 2600. I'd forgotten all about how to play it. If I hadn't had the manual to look at, I would have been clueless. But I do remember playing this back when I was like 12 years old, and I enjoyed it. And it's still a cool game. Amazing what they can do with 4 kilobytes of ROM. Okay, let's press on. Hey y'all, real quick, if you're still here and you're enjoying the video, I'd really appreciate if you just take a second and hit that like button. All you have to do is click your mouse or tap your screen. It doesn't take but a second. It doesn't cost you a dime. If you're enjoying my stuff and you haven't subscribed, I'd be grateful if you would subscribe to the channel. And if you're really enjoying my stuff, please share the video with your friends. Okay, let's press on with this. Now, when I recently acquired my copy of Riddle of the Sphinx in the box, I didn't get everything. I got the color manual, which is great, but I didn't get all the rest of the stuff that originally came with it. Now, you see on the box it had that win $1,000 contest. Now, I found some stuff I thought I would share with y'all.
this is basically how the contest worked. This little card on the right came with the game, and it says $1,000 cash prize for the most creative and accurate answer. Tell us how you solved the supreme challenge, Game 3 of Riddle of the Sphinx. Let us know of your journey through the desert and the 2 correct offerings you made at each of the following locations: the Phoenix and the Temple of Isis and the Temple of Anubis. Then tell us the 1 offering you made to the Sphinx and the 1 at the Temple of Ra. We'll award $1,000 to the 1 person who correctly solves the riddle, and in the opinion of the contest judges, has the most creative and intriguing answer. Okay, and of course the rest of it just tells you where to send in your answer, and you're not going to believe what I found when I did some digging. Okay, what you're looking at here is an article from a 1983 copy of Electronic Games magazine. And what it says is, Compton solves Riddle of the Sphinx. A 30-year-old resident of Santa Monica, California won a cool $1,000, a lot of money back in the early 80s, for being the first person in the nation to solve the mystery of the Riddle of the Sphinx. Published by Magic, the Bob Smith designed game was finally solved in a manner most gamers wouldn't even have imagined. Contest rules dictated that you not only correctly solve the riddle, says champion Charles Compton, but also have the most creative and intriguing answer. So Compton presented his answer to the judges on a 12-foot long scroll written in authentic Egyptian hieroglyphics. I mean, how are you going to compete with that? So obviously Mr. Compton was a very educated man in Egyptian history, I guess you'd say. I mean, that was a shoe-in. There was no way anybody could compete with that until he got that smooth $1,000 back in 1983. Pretty cool. Just wanted to share that with y'all.
After doing some digging and researching on this game, I felt like I should pay a quick homage to Bob Smith, the programmer of Riddle of the Sphinx. Bob passed away on May 13th, 2023 at the age of 73. And I got a few pictures here. You can see there's a couple of them in his younger years. And then there's one, the one on the upper right there, that was taken, I think around 2017 or 18. I did check his history, and I'm going to show y'all what he did. He did a lot of games, not just Atari. He was a great contributor to the Atari 2600 while at Magic, but he also did a lot of other great things after that. I'm over here at Moby Games. Yeah, if you're ever looking for some good information on retro gaming or the background of programmers, people like that, it's a great resource. But as you see here at the very bottom of the screen, in 1980, Bob did the video pinball game for Atari. I saw a video of him on a panel. I'm going to link to that later in the video. I'm going to show y'all. He basically, he said Atari made millions and millions of dollars on this game. It was very successful, and he said for his work he was basically paid about $8,000. And I was just like, wow. You hear story after story after story like that on this stuff. And anyway, he said after Activision had their success, he was more than ready to sit down and and talk to some other guys about starting another company like Activision did. And that, of course, that's how Magic happened, and Atari was not happy about it. But you see here, he's got Dragonfire, Star Voyager, Riddle of the Sphinx, and Moonsweeper. All 4 solid titles. He did good work for Magic. He also, Star Wars too. In fact, he said he was a little bit upset. He said he had to rush on this game because they were running out of time. The license was going to expire. They wouldn't be able to use the name. And they were trying to rush it through, and he says he likes it, but he wished he'd had a few more weeks to polish it up a little bit before it had to be released to make the deadline. But as you see, he worked here all the way up into the 2000s, and I think he retired sometime at that point. And unfortunately, we lost Bob last year. I would have loved to have met him. There's some good stuff over at Atari Age if you're interested in looking it up. Some of the guys over there had met him before. There's some photographs they had gotten with him. And he just seemed like a really nice man. He really, really did. I'd love to have shaken his hand and got his autograph on one of his old games if he was still around. Anyway, cool stuff. I'm over at Atari Age. I decided just to go ahead and pull up all of Bob Smith's games that he did for the 2600. Of course, some of these, like the arcade pinball, that's the same thing twice. For one of them Sears. But as you can see, most of them are not that rare, except for the Star Wars, the arcade game, is a 5. That copy of Riddle of the Sphinx that I've showed y'all, I got that I think for like $26, including shipping. So some of this stuff you can still get in a box without costing you an arm and a leg. But this is everything he did for the Atari 2600. All right. Hey, if y'all made it to the end, I appreciate it. I know this thing went on for a while. It started out as just going to be looking back over Riddle of the Sphinx and going through a playthrough, and kind of turned into the Bob Smith tribute. But what the heck, he seemed like a good guy. I don't have a problem with it. He needs to be remembered for everything he did, and for the just making such a big impact on gaming back years ago. I really wish that a Magic could have survived. The company, being as it originally was, could have survived at least through the Nintendo era, through the NES, before the 16 bits came along. It would have been cool to have some Magic games on the Nintendo with that, that same color scheme with the boxes and the box art and all that. That would have been really neat. It's unfortunate it didn't work out that way. Before I go, I would like to thank Moby Games, Atari Age, Digital Press, and the Internet Archive for just having so much information for me to draw on to put this stuff together. Thank you all so much for all your hard work. I really appreciate it, and I really enjoy it. I mean, it's a lot of work, but when you hit that upload button and it goes up there, you just hope folks will enjoy it. If you're still here, how about hit that like button real quick? If you like my stuff, subscribe. Help me get to my goal of 1,000 subscribers, and share it. Get the word out. I really appreciate y'all taking the time to watch. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.